Hello, everyone. It's nice to move. It's nice to move because it's so cold out today. If you're living in the area, that it's great to just take a break to get the whole of the body moving. I just snuck out for a little walk, but it's so cold, so we've got to, keep our flow within our bodies. And I'm really happy to see people again sharing movement with me. So thank you for coming back. Um, it's good to have a strap on hand, but I'm going to suggest today and through this series as well, if you happen to also have any kind of resistance band, that would be really great. And I know everybody doesn't have that, but often people do, because here's the thing: I use a resistance band all the time in movement, but often people have them for physiotherapy. That's what I've noticed. That's their hated resistance band because they've got to rehabilitate. And that's so people often have that, I know, from rehabilitating injuries. So if you do have one, I think they're absolutely delicious to use. But no worries if you don't, because you could use a strap. And then next on the agenda is to have not too comfortable a chair so that you're able to move comfortably within the chair and not to need support at the back. So that's the thing. Have you got space that you could, in fact, there's the first exercise. Can you actually put your hands behind your back? Could you fasten your bra? Unfasten your bra. Inside out. I did that. I did that last week. It's quite tricky. All right. So with that said, take your feet a little wider and just begin to circle out through your body. We're all prepared, I hope. So just welcoming the idea of moving. And we'll see if we can move as many joints as we can, as many parts, as many muscles. This is a nice, easy journey to start. Circle the other way if you haven't already. And see if you can add a little bit of shoulders in here. So slink it up a little bit. Change your direction again. And again, add shoulders. So you're lubricating as much as you can. Spine a little bit, shoulders, and the hip joints, which is what we're kind of also doing. All right, let's see if that's got us sitting a little bit taller, maybe. So we don't need that back of the chair. And then just shifting the weight right and left. And we're going on our daily walk here already. If you're able to lift your bottom off the chair, right, you could slide a hand underneath. That, yep, it's sitting bone is midair. And you might even want to take a little walk on the chair, forward and back on the chair. That's where we don't want it too cushiony. Mine's a little bit cushiony, but not too bad. All right, so this is a nice pelvic floor warmer. So we have our root chakra nice and steady and solid. Now let's come into a little bit toward the edge of the chair. Check in again with your posture. You definitely don't need that back of the chair, right? Now we can come on to breath, putting a hand to the heart and a hand to the belly, and tune into the movement of your body as you breathe. Are you feeling the heart, the chest lift as you breathe in? And lower as you breathe out. Lifting and sinking. Now see if you can feel there's a slight movement of the belly out as you breathe in. And firmly drawing that in as you breathe out. Try that again, sensing the movement of your belly out as you breathe in. And coming in as you breathe out. See if you can feel the movement of the chest and the belly. And focus a little bit more on exhaling, lengthening the exhale, really feeling the chest go down, the belly go in. And again. Ooh, that feels so good. So good to breathe. Last little pointer for the breathing is we're going to put the hands onto the sides of the ribs and see if you can tune into this motion. flapping out like wings. As you breathe in, the ribs flip out, and exhale, pull those ribs, like tuck them back in. See if you can feel that. Breathing in, open up your rib wings. Exhale, fold your rib wings in. If you can imagine you have rib wings. Try that a few breaths. Can you feel also the back is also expanding out as you breathe in, and hugging in as you breathe out. Feels so good. All right, shake it out a little bit, stamp out the feet. So I'm going to scooch a little more forward just to get the knuckles behind the back and rub into the low back while you move your low back. You can either circle, tap, or rub up and down or side to side, and see if you can get the low back moving. So if you know your cat and cow, take a few cat and cow while you move and rub your low back. Definitely need a little bit of that warmth, lubrication. Ah, so good, so good, so good. Okay, now we'll take that into a nice little metaphor I enjoy for some cat and cow, and that's the idea of having the sun on your heart and the moon on your back. And see if you can take that metaphor with you. You can do as you please with the arms. They can just be by your side or on your lap, or you can have the wings going. All right, so feel the sun on your heart as you arch your back, and the moon on your back as you round your back. Breathing in, letting the sunshine on your heart, and breathing out, feeling the moonlight on your back. Take a few more at your pace, your breath, enjoying your beautiful spine and the warmth of sunshine and moonlight. Super. Last one. Great. Did you enjoy your lovely spine? Now in that dimension, we've got it going. But what about other dimensions? We also have a lateral dimension, and we can just begin that by reaching down to the floor, picking up the newspaper, patting the dog, or whatever we do when we reach down to the floor. Oh, great. So we've got that nice little side bend going. What about the arms? Well, I'd say let's warm up our shoulders a little bit before we do too much there. So coming up and rolling the right shoulder. You can tap it if you want to tap it. If that annoys you, don't do it. But I want a little more circulation, a little more flow more quickly. All right, then we're going to let that elbow rise and feel there's a nice circle motion going. Change your direction. So just warming up to where you want to. Each shoulder's got a different story too, right? And then let's see, can we dive that up? Reach it across. Good, good, good. Then we're going to dive down at the dog or whatever you want to do, stroke the cat, and then reach it up again. Big stretch. And again, one more time like that. Reach it down and open up the ribs and stretch. Explore here with just turning the head into slight different micro movements. Where's a good place to hold your head? Are you breathing that nice deep breath? Super. Release that all the way back and down. Okay, shall we try that on the other side? So first of all, just reach down a couple of times, get back in that idea. I'm going to open up the ribs on this side. Yeah. But what about the shoulder? Do I want to do something about that? I do. So first of all, roll that shoulder. If you want to tap a little bit or squeeze, you can do that just to enhance blood flow and proprioception, like awareness of doing something efficiently. Then you can add a little bit of a glide, the elbow back, like you're swimming back. You can change your direction. And then we're limbering up here. You can feel your shoulder blade gliding, sliding, the collarbone starting to like a little key turn and in the lock. All right, then we'll reach it up. And if you're ready and it's okay on this side, we'll reach it over, big stretch. And then reach it down to the floor. And again, reaching it across, fan open your ribs. Wow. And then down we go. And over we go. Lovely big stretch. Super. And bringing it back down. Great. Okay, so that's definitely getting our shoulders going as well as our spine. Hands to the heart, just a bit of rotation. We have got the spine warming up. So many differentiations, variations we could do. We could keep our bottom very static on the chair. We can try that. Or we could like move our like pelvis so you glide your leg forward as you twist. It's a different twist, right? Give you a little bit more rotation. Super. Then we'll keep our bottom fixed on the chair and stretch out with our arms. So your bum's not moving too much here. This is your spine. And then if you want to, you can add the movement of the leg. Right? So you see your knee move in space. And go to different dimensions, stretching, reaching. So we have spine, pelvis, shoulder, the whole lot. All right. We're going to center that and pause in a seated twist. So you can take a side, doesn't matter which, but you can hold on to the chair, hold on to the side of your leg or the chair. Turn your head as much as you can. Give yourself 3 deep breaths. Are you feeling the heart move, the belly move, the ribs move? Nice long exhale as you feel the belly go in. Great. Let's unwind it. Nice and simple. We'll go to the other side. Every breath giving your inner massage. Try to keep a little space between your teeth so you're not gritting and grinding. One more deep breath. All right, let's unwind. Do a little more for the shoulders, and then we're going to use the resistance band if you have one. If you don't, we can use a regular strap or whatever you have. All right, so shoulders going up as you breathe in, and down as you breathe out. And up as you breathe in. And sink them down as you breathe out. Lovely. One more like that. Super. Roll the shoulders. Oily, smooth, fluid shoulders. Lovely. We can change our direction of the way that we're rolling them. Super. Very nice. And then we'll do a little bit of gliding the shoulders together at the back. It looks like we're sticking our bosom out, which maybe we will. Or you think of lifting your heart to the sunshine. Then slide your shoulders away from the spine and wrap around into this kind of more depressed position. No, we don't want it too long. Slide the shoulders together at the back like little sliding doors and then away from each other. Let the shoulders kiss in the back and then heart toward the front. 2 more like that. Gliding shoulders. Great. All right. So I think we're going to dare to add a little bit of resistance. So no worries if you don't have a resistance band. And this one's a huge one. This is my Franklin Method band. It's like, I don't know, 10 foot long or something. But it doesn't matter, you know, if you have a small band, if you imagine it's only this big, you're going to take it back over your head and behind your back. So I'm going to get closer to the camera so you can see. So it's behind my back. And then I'm going to have my thumb and this index finger like this. So try not to grip whatever you're holding. Try not to grip it too hard so that it creates tension in your arms. So you should now have something that you could move now with a little bit of resistance. Again, if it's a strap, you can do it. It doesn't give you quite the same feel. So when we're resisting, we're using strength and stretch. So it's like a bumper bonus, really. Now, I think we've warmed up a little bit with our side bends and twisting, so we're going to add the resistance. So you'll reach one arm up while the other one goes down, and you can stretch. Now bring it back into center. And then push it out. Push from the center out to the periphery. Oh, big stretch. We're going to try that one more on the same side. I like to exhale like, but it's up to you. Of course, you could breathe in if you want to, but you'll get more stretch into your diaphragm if you do this one. Lovely. All right, we're going to add a hip flexor stretch to the same side. So you'll turn, if you're doing the right side, you'll turn toward the left. The knee will come down. You can check in that you'll hold the back of the chair if you need to. So now we'll take that stretch all the way from the hip flexor all the way up as we reach up and over. I'm even using the foot that's like the toes as a little push up, big stretch. And we can bring that back in and try it again. So you pull your elbow down toward your hip and then push out and stretch again. Big stretch. It's like a yawn. We can roar if you like. We can try that one more time. Moving from the center to the periphery. Big stretch. Yawn. Super. I love that. That feels amazing. It feels so good. So all things being equal, which they aren't necessarily, right? Because you might have a shoulder injury. So always be kind. But shall we try that on the other side? So stretching, regular side stretch. You're pulling down as you're pulling up. Bring that into center. So you're bringing the elbows to the ribs. Start from center and reach out from center to the outer space. Try one more time. Bring it in. You can try this with breath. So I like to take a big breath in. And then push out, push out. Oh, super. Wow. You can call me Mrs. Big Ribs now. Now we're going to add some hip flexor to the same stretch. So you turn to a side. You've got the knee coming down. I've got the back toes tucked under, but you don't have to do that. And then make a bit of room so that you're able to use the band to really stretch out through the side, that whole side body. Big stretch. Make a little noise if you like. It's good. Good for the nervous system. Then bring it back in. Bring it back in. Bringing the elbow toward the hip. And push it out again. Stretching down. Knee goes down. Nice arc shape in your ribs. Oh, we can try that one more time. And stretch it out. Ooh, all right, bringing it back in and back to your seat. And again, hopefully you're not using your back against the chair. We're going to come back to some rotation. So again, I've got this behind my back. And I'm trying not to use tension in my hands. It will create tension throughout other parts of your body, which we don't want, right? But then push out with the band in different dimensions. Now, of course, the rules with the band, which you probably are figuring out, the smaller the band is, like the tighter your grip, closer your grip is to the end, to your body, excuse me, the more resistance you'll get. So you decide, if you do want to keep it under tension, if you can. Keep your breath flowing. And of course, if you don't have a band, it doesn't really matter because you can do this too, right? All right, so what we're going to do then is see if we can reach left arm to right toes and stretch down, or shin, or whatever you got. Then come on up. Just reach it back and turn your head. Try that again. Reach it down. Big stretch across, diagonal across the back. Let's come on up. Open it out. And one more time. Reach it across. Nice stretch into the back. Diagonal. And coming up. Yeah, we're going to do that on the other side. Okay? So reach it across. It might be your knee, your shin, your ankle, your foot, the floor. I don't know. Take a breath in. Open that back. And then reach it across. Pantsing down. Inhale, turn and reach. Exhale, reach and stretch. Super. Coming back to center. And, well, you know, we could just do a little push out to the sides. Super exciting, but we could do it. We could also push out forwards. And then if you're okay, what if we push both arms up and do a few of those? So with the resistance, we've got to be a little bit tougher. Try a couple more. Fantastic. Okay, we can let the band go. And then if you notice, if you try any of those movements of just like lifting your arms out to the side forward, you probably feel like your arms are like this lightweight, amazing, wow, who knew I had such light arms? And you can say, why does that happen? It's because your muscles have to figure out, oh, this is challenging. How do I do it? And they are better informed. It's like, well, now the movement's easy without the band. So very sneaky trick we played, and we lengthened as well as strengthened. So we're going to do a little bit for the hip joint and get up and do a few stretches if you like. You don't have to, but it's nice to get a little standing exercise. But first, let's take a leg and warm up the hip joint. And we can do that in several ways. We can lift and lower forward and back, or we can take a little side to side motion. I recommend that you do hold your leg rather than move your leg without your hands holding, because you've got better range of motion and you don't want to strain your hip flexors too much. And then we'll circle. And what wonders are we doing for our joints? We're lubricating them. We're also cleaning the joints. Let's go the other way. Cleaning away debris. It's a good idea. All right, feels pretty nice. Let's take the strap or band around the same hip joint that you've just warmed up. We're going to put it around the foot and moving towards a seated tree pose. Now, what we're trying to do is to open out the hip to the side a little bit, and your foot might be on your leg here. The foot might come onto the chair or another chair that you have. Or for some of you, you might have your foot on your thigh. I don't know. Whichever you've got, settle in and see if you can make a circular motion. And tune in. If you can sense your sitting bones, you can feel there's a weight shift on your sitting bones from each side, but also forward or back. And we're breathing. You want to change your direction? All right. And what I'm hoping is also happening that we are going to sit up more, a little taller, a little more centered when we stop and we're nice and lifted. And how's it going with your pigeon pose here? You know, be kind to your knee. Definitely a little bit of hip opening going on here. But a nice stretch to the cross into the piriformis, where the sciatic nerve is. So easy does it. Now, if you happen to have your foot, you could also move your foot, and you can have your foot with a little bit of resistance as well. If you have the strap, circle your foot. And, you know, if you can also like massage your foot while you move your foot. So I'm giving a little squeeze to different areas. And don't worry if you can't connect to your foot, that's fine. There's so many things to do just to be, to breathe, but we have plenty going on. Okay, we will take that down. Give that leg a tap all the way down to as far as you can fold to. Are you nice and flexy now? Super. All right, I think we're going to give the same treatment to the other hip joint. So what are we going to do? First of all, lubricate the joint, get that a little bit more open. First of all, in this plane of motion, so we can just see the knee move up and down. Okay. And then we can take the leg out to the side and in, because we're looking for that action in our tree pose or figure 4. And then we can also circle and distribute delicious synovia. Change your direction. Excellent. So That's kind of lubricates things a little bit. Then you can take your strap or your resistance band, whichever you've got. You might need a bit more length for this, I don't know. Then I'm bringing the strap on the inside of the knee, just because it's going to allow my knee to move out. As I start to pick up the foot, place it ready for seated tree. So that's the first option, is tree pose seated, giving a little brush out of the thigh here, rotating the thigh out, or some of you might be a little higher on the chair or on your thigh. And you're probably noticing yourself, oh, it's different on each side, is it not? You have pure symmetry, lucky you. But one side will tend to be a little stiffer. So then see if you can find a little bit of motion to ease off those little corners of stiffness. And also, I like to do this because some people tend to slouch when they're doing it. They're rounding their back and slouching, and the tail gets tucked under. And I'm thwarting you doing this. Change of direction. I like thwarting people. One of my life's missions. If you don't do that yourself, welcome. So let's see if that's true. Can I sit a little bit more up? Not rounding in, not pushing the back into the chair. Take a breath or two. Enjoy whatever the stretch is for you. And for those who want to do a little movement or attention to the foot, you can circle the foot. You can massage the foot while you circle, or give some resistance with the band. That's also kind of fun. A little tricky to manage, but feels good. So all of those lovely joints of the feet, they also need to be warmed, moved, freed. Super. I think we're okay there. So we'll take away the band, bring the legs down, do a little more just for the feet. So we're warming up the feet, the knees, getting ready to do some standing. All right, so warm over your knees. So rub over the knees. They're going to be getting us up and down out of the chair. Isn't that nice of them? Thank you, knee. And then we'll move the feet a little bit so you can lift a foot and point and flex. And do a little like side to side, like no. And then give a circle there. Change your direction. You could do this, go this way a little bit, go that way a little bit. Oh, look, the wrist wants to play as well. Why not? We want to do moving as well. All right, so we can do the other side. So just beginning in this plane, and then we can do like a side to side motion. And we can circle, semicircle, change our direction. Oh, and breathe, because I was forgetting to do that. And I know some of you will. I just know it. Mind reader. All right, and we'll give them a nice tap. Surface of the bottoms of the feet. Wakey, wakey. And I think we are ready to go. So you'll come to the very edge of your chair. Tuck your toes back, or your feet back, I should say. So you see there's a nice angle going in. It's much harder to get up when your feet are like there. Easier if you're here. And for those who don't want to get up, you can do a little of this weight transfer. It'll get your core going. Whee! Maybe you can lift your knees really high. I don't know. I have no idea. Good play. I'm a kid. All right, then we'll do getting up and down out of the chair. If you wish to do that, we'll get up right now. Why not? Because we can. Yes. Okay, then we'll be coming down, hands to the legs, back of the pelvis nice and wide, front of the pelvis in. We're in a chair pose, kind of. All right, let's sit down. Nice and slow. You ready to get up again? Yeah, very good. All right, coming into chair pose again. Nice and strong and steady. Very nice. And we're going to get up again. Ooh. You elegant? Of course you are. Coming back into a little miniature chair pose. Maybe you want to take your arms forward. Maybe you want to breathe. And feel strong. Power through your legs. through the feet. Wow, we can sit down. And maybe some of you, you've got your band handy, that you can put it behind your back. Again, you did this before, so you know what to do with it. And if you have a strap, you can do that. If you don't have either, doesn't really matter. You can just use your arms. Way. All right, so what we're going to do is use the band in a chair pose. So first of all, we get up. We do our getting up. And then we push out with the arms and come back into your chair pose. All right. We're not going to be sitting down here, but we're going to be going up. Pull your elbows in and stretch and reach up. All right. Hug the arms back down. Chair pose. And sitting down. Oh. So we try that. Dare to try that again. So we get up. Actually, we can even take the arms straight up. Why not? Bring the arms down, coming into chair pose, arms forward. That's fun. Slow sitting down. I like this. It's a little bit of core stability. We're going to get up. Hurrah, we shout as we reach the arms up. Elbows hug in. Chair pose with the arms forward. Can you do it? Of course you can. You're so strong. Slowly coming down. Yeah, and one last time. We're going to get up. Let the arms cheer for us. We're so strong. Arms forward into chair pose. Super, and we will stand. All right, so you've got the chair near you. Do what you can do today. Do what you can do. But I love having a good stretch that's standing. If you don't want your band, don't use your band. But we're going to stretch the ribs and lunge as we did in the chair. Such good rib openers. They're so good. So one side, doesn't matter which, we're coming into side bend. If you need the chair to hold, you can do that. And then a big stretch. Coming back and down, we're going to stretch the other side. Stretch it out, reach it out. Super. Back to center. Let's try one more each side. Push out from the center to the periphery. And down we go, and other side. Fantastic. Bring it back and down. So coming to the back of the chair, I'm going to try this with a lunge. Now, so take 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Now you decide if your back heel is down or lifted. It's going to be up to you because it's a balance challenge if you've got the back heel lifted and you want to push out. But that's where we're going. Front leg is bent. And if you've got your right leg back, it's the right arm. It's going to reach up, just like we did in the chair, into a nice big stretch. You decide if your back heel is up or your back heel is down. It's a different stretch, but feel comfortable enough that you can do it. And we're going to bring that back in and try it again. So feel it's the center is expanding, radiating out through your leg and your arm. Big stretch. Great. Bring it down. We okay? We survived that one. We're going to do it on the other side. So take your other leg back. You've got to bend into the front leg. It's a nice strengthener for that too. Decide if your back heel's up or down. Up to you, but stretch it out. Same side, arm up as the leg that is back. Big stretch. Remember to breathe. Okay, bring it back in. You can even take a little bend to the leg too. Then push out from the center, stretch it out. Super. Bring it down, step it back and up. You can take away the band for a moment. Wow. So let's go back to the first side, whichever was back. I think we'll do with the heel up first of all. Heel is up. We're in a lunge. Let the arms float up. Nice, strong, steady lunge position. Are you strong? Are you amazing? Of course you are. Let your breath fill you, open you. Back toes are going to push off to bring you forward. And we'll try a little balance challenge. So standing with the leg forward, nice and simple. Find your breath. You've got the chair there if you need it. And then if you want to try, could you ease into tree pose? So now we've done it seated. Let's see if it's doable standing. Follow your breath in and your breath out. All right, we did it. Good job. Shake it out a little bit. And we'll do that on the other side. So we began with a lunge. So it's the other leg back. Which one? I've forgotten. Oh, okay. And coming into lunge. Lunge. I think that's what I need. Lunge. So can you lift your back heel? Stay nice and flexible in the back foot. Strong, yet lifted. Breathing. All right. Are we ready to come up for the balance? Ooh, we can try. Right. So feeling you're just in a straightforward balance so far. I don't know which leg I'm doing. Never mind. I think I do now. And then see, can we do our tree pose from this balance? Maybe you don't need to hold while you do that. I don't know. How's that going? And breath. Maybe you're looking out of a window and see a beautiful tree. Yeah. Okay. We're going to shake the legs a little bit. You can hold on or not hold on and challenge. See what you can shake in your balance. Maybe it's a little of everything. Fantastic. All right, and then we'll finish here, standing sequence with downward dog at the chair. So you walk yourself back. Some of you can even hold the seat of the chair, or you can use a wall. You've got a lovely width across the base of your pelvis. Sitting bones are smiling from one side to the other. You give a bit of room with your shoulders, so your ears are not kissing your shoulders. And give yourself 2 more nice deep breaths. Great. Let's walk the feet back toward the chair. And yeah, one last stretch before we sit, because you can't really do this in the chair so easily. We're back to, can you fasten the bra strap at the back? Is that accessible to you? Then interlace the fingers. Nice stretch to the chest. Reach the fingers back. Lift the chin. Lots of open space. Sunshine on your heart. Sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. Release the fingers, interlace them in front of you, push your palms out. You need to bend your legs here a little bit, and then feel the moonlight on your back as you round your back and push your fingers forward. One more breath. Great. Coming up. How are we doing? Time-wise, yeah, not too bad. All right, so we'll come back into the chair, and you've got your strap or your band. We can use that to just give a little stretch to the backs of the legs, which we just did, but we'll do it a little more. So strap or a band around one leg. And let's see if we can really draw the toes back and get that nice stretch here into the back of the calf and the Achilles, back of the knee. Remember to sit tall, nice and relaxed. Shoulders, breath. And we can take the leg out toward the side, maybe make a little more space with the leg here. And stretch out the arm, turn your head. Nice diagonal stretch across the body from foot to opposite arm. One more breath. All right, let's wrap the arm and the leg over across into our seated twist, switching the hand that's holding the strap. and turn it around. Oh. Watch the body move as you breathe. Lovely. Bring that all the way back into center. Very nice and simple. We're going to do that on the other side. So hook up a foot and see if you can get the toes as much as you can towards your face, getting that stretched across the back of the leg. Be with it, be with the breath. Then we can take the leg now out to the side. Make it a little more stretch to the inner thighs if you nudge this leg out. And then we've got a nice diagonal stretch all the way from the leg and out as you turn through the fingertips. Super, bring the arm and the leg back. Let them meet as you cross the leg over your body, holding the strap with the other hand. And now we have a nice twist. And head follows the hand. And breath. Right. Coming back into center. We'll say goodbye to the strap or hand and find that sunlight and moonlight. So I'm going to enjoy some moonlight on my back right now. Sliding the hands down, 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 and coming down as far as you can and really relaxing your head, your face, your eyes, and feeling this lovely expansiveness across your back body. Perhaps you can breathe and feel the back body move as you breathe and have some warm moonlight on your back. You're ready to come up for some sunlight. Unroll, unroll, unroll. And maybe the wings can unfurl and feel the sunlight on your heart. Even the chin gives you a little stretch over the throat. Super. You're ready to go for some more moonlight? Let's dive all the way back down. Little moonlight on the back body. One more nice deep breath into the back body. Breathing in, we can come all the way up and just feel that lovely sunlight on the heart. And bringing ourselves to center, bringing the hands to the heart. And I shall say namaste. It's a pleasure to see everyone today. Let the sunshine shine on you, brighten you up, keep you warm. And thank you for moving with me. I'll see you again in a couple of weeks. Pleasure to see everyone.